or they've been doing it longer than you. So so this is great. I like that's a great takeaway. That's a great takeaway. What did you take? The book, Mr. Andrew Matthews. That's yes, my man from Kenya, Nairobi. That was fantastic. I know we exchanged some comments on what you picked up from the book. That was pretty good. Listen, if you haven't opened that book, it's a very simple book. It's called Being Happy by Andrew Matthews. He's an Australian guy. The book is fantastic. If you haven't picked one, I think you can download it free on the internet. So yeah. So no, that's pretty cool. We have another comment here. It begins with an act, which becomes a habit, then a routine, which then has consequences. And that's what people see. Those consequences are what you are. An event, you eventually become that thing that you actually think about the most, the thing that you actually practice the most. So that's really great. So I'm gonna, you can continue sending in the comments. So I'm gonna crack on because we have quite a bit to go through. And what I wanted to have is during the session, if you feel like you have a question or you have something you want to bring up, something that you pick out that's really powerful that helps you. This session is recorded. Some people listen to it afterwards. It could help somebody who's coming on after you, or perhaps it could, be something that we're not addressing, and you would like to have a little bit more information on it. So I'll be happy to for you to actually put in some comments, and we carry on from there. So we're talking. The topic really is, knowing the standards. I want to. Let me read this. Let me see if I can, to redefine and become a new person. Wow. You guys are too bright. You're very, very intelligent people. I like that. Some really, meaty comments there. That's fantastic. So personal development is not something that you have to do or something you want to do. It's compulsory. If you're going to be successful, if you're going to live a fulfilled life, it's compulsory. It's not an option. It's not something that we're suggesting. It's something that has to be intentionally focused on by an individual. You have to develop in order to develop the life that you desire. It's very important. It's not like when we're kids, we don't have an option but to walk. It's just part of life. You're not born walking. Some of you are. Some of you are, you're superhuman. But regular people are born with their limbs a bit weak, and then they're not able. So they have to develop the strength to be able to stand on two legs and be able to walk and then run around and eventually do some incredible things on their feet. So in the same, if you like, in the same, using the same principle rather, as an analogy, the same way a child has to develop is the same way we have to develop ourselves. I need to mute this person. I'm not sure whether I'm actually, am I driving? Can you mute Guma, please? Somebody mute Guma. Hello, we have somebody waving at me. I'm not sure which country this is. It's a very powerful name, Nale Shibo. Wow, that's pretty cool. I like that. Okay, I'm not sure which country, but I'm sure you'll tell me. You said you just introduce yourself, guys. If you're first time here or we don't know you have a powerful name like that, just say so and so from this country. So that works. Okay, so I want to talk about the importance of actually having your intentions focused on developing yourself. And I'm talking about personal development. I'm not talking about people development. I'm talking about you. Oh, that's Zambia. Ginto, Zambia. Welcome Zambia. Welcome Zambia to the call. Right. So what is personal development to you? Most people think personal development is motivation. Most people think personal development requires some kind of a guru, like, let me just switch this thing off. Some people think personal development is for some individuals, is for certain people, not for certain people. Personal development is mandatory. It's mandatory. If you want to be successful, if you want to live a fulfilled life, if you want to develop your social capital, your financial capital, you want to develop your human capital, you have got to intentionally and on a regular basis, frequently and as much as possible, spend time learning how to become a better you. This is really important. What does this mean? I understood a long time ago when I was a young boy that, really diving into that industry of, how can I learn to be better? What does it do to you? One, it increases your employability or your ability to actually be sought after as a resource in any business. If you're a person that has a job or you're employed somewhere to do a contract, or you run your own business, or you're a partner in a company or whatever, it increases your stock. It increases your stock. It's very important that you understand that. When you start to develop yourself, it increases your value. Your value in a business. It increases your value to the people that surround you. People start to, seek you out and they say, hey, hold on, Linda, I need to talk to you. And this, if they have a complicated situation, they go, I know somebody who you can talk to. Call Claire. Claire will sort that out for you. So this is really important, and it helps us understand better our potential. What is your potential? Because every single human being is born with a lot of potential. We have potential. We have things we call talents that we gravitate towards, that we're so passionate about. We have things that we gravitate towards that we're really, really comfortable doing. So you find it's just natural for you to, speak in front of people, or to sing, at an event, or to, engage with strangers. Those are talents. And talents too have to be honed. You have to continue to work to improve them. Now, I often say to people, and I ask, even my kids, I say, do you think Cristiano Ronaldo is talented? And often the answer is yes, of course he's talented. But what's bigger than his talent is his work rate. He works on his craft every single day. He works to improve himself every single day. And I'm preaching to the choir because I know most of you understand this stuff. So personal development will actually enhance your potential to be more, if you like, trusted in an establishment, in a company, in an organization, in a social setting, in a family, whatever, wherever you interact, people will start to say, you know what, I'd rather Brenda deals with that. Why is that? Because I know her. She's solid. So potential is one thing, but nobody pays you for potential. Potential never really achieved anything. Potential is saying you have it in you, so now you have to start working on it. You have to start developing it so that, just like a child, those limbs can lift you up and you can gain balance and you can start walking, and eventually you can run. And if you want to, you can become an athlete and use your legs to actually make a living. But it has to take a process, a conscious decision to say, I want to develop this aspect of my life. Personal development also increases your what we call human capital. Everybody's looking at, how do I become better? How do I become richer? What do I have to do? How do I get a better position? How do I get promoted? How do I get more sales? How do I increase the value of my company? The first place you have to go to, and this is not a Danny thing, this is a fact, you have to increase your capacity. I said it last week, even God says he can't put on you more than you can bear. You cannot put 5 liters in a 1 liter jar. You need to have more capacity to handle the volume of water. It's the same thing. If you have a 1 liter brain, we can't entrust you with 5 liters of content. This is very important. It's very simple, but it's really, really important. You have to increase your human capital. How do people see you? What's your brand? What's your reputation? You know, and one of the things, I was training somebody and I said to them, one of the first things you have to learn to do is stop talking. Stop talking. Catch yourself first. Because sometimes, you know, you say things, you know, you just go, that's how I am. So you know, people ask you a question, you go, I think, and then you start talking about it, but you really haven't thought it through. So you start littering yourself around and people see you and they know you as a person who just says anything. So stop talking. Stop going there. Stop going there and check yourself. And then, you know, go and redefine yourself. Go and reset yourself. Go and reorganize yourself. Go and re-educate yourself. Increase your value, increase your capacity, increase your capital, increase your stock. What happens then when you do that, when you do go back, they say he's changed. He's a bit more reserved. He's a bit more careful with what he's saying. He's a little bit more serious. It's never too late to actually reintroduce a new you, a better version of yourself. Because people invest in that human capital. Some of you are worth $1, $10, $100, $200, $10,000, $1 million, $100 million. You don't have the money, it doesn't matter. People go, but I don't have that kind of cash, Danny. No, I'm not talking about, you know, liquid money in the bank. I'm talking about your capacity, your brand, your human capital. You have the potential to carry that because you have perhaps been training yourself for so many years how to do certain things that other people can't do, or other people don't do to the level of proficiency in which you do it. So be very, very careful not to just accept anything. You've got to increase your human capital. The other one is, you know, the better developed you are, the better the networks. Like-minded people like to hang out with like-minded people, successful people, intelligent people, people who are, if you like, you know, they're business oriented, they're solution providers, they focus on positive energy. These types of people, they tend to congregate together. So as you develop yourself, as you become, you know, better with the way you manage your thoughts, the way you manage your physiology, the way you manage your spirituality, the way you're ethical, your what do you call that? What's the word? Your etiquette. That's the word I was looking for. I went blank for a second, right? You know, all these things are tiny little things that compound to form the bigger you, the person that we interact with on a daily basis. It's very important that you understand this because most people blame externals for their lack of progress, or perhaps their lack of you know, resources, their lack of money, their lack of confidence. They start saying, you know, she took my confidence, he took my confidence, and you know, my environment doesn't allow me to act that way. No, it's nothing to do with the things that exist outside of you. The minute you realize that everything comes from within to without, or from, you know, inward, outward kind of thing. That's what I always say. You know, when you understand that everything you're experiencing comes from inside you. You know, I was reading this word, you know, I love words. I absolutely love understanding the meaning of words. And it talks about intuition. And I was studying the word intuition. When I tell people that, they go, are you nuts? Like, you just get a dictionary. No. What's in tuition? Inside tuition. Tuition. You have a tutor, somebody who teaches. So there's an inner teacher that's intuitive, that knows everything that you don't know. And oh my God, that's a different topic altogether. We're going to do that another time. Intuition is just a topic all on its own. Let me tell you that. So you need to listen to your inner voice, but just remember that even that inner voice needs to be fed. You see, you can change your internal dialogue by changing your surroundings, your networks, by changing yourself to become a better person so you can, be invited or be accepted in those types of networks that actually increase your net worth. Your networks have the potential to improve you or to damage you. These are the people you associate with. And I often teach, success by association and failure by association. Both of them work. Both of them are formulas. So you have to understand that. Another thing that I absolutely love about personal development that I understood a long time ago is as you develop your skills, you develop your ability to interact with people, you develop your confidence, your self-belief, your attitude muscle, you start to gain more power in terms of influence. And let me explain that, because power itself is powerless, but authority is powerful. You become an authority on something by actually learning and studying it and understanding it from its purest form. So somebody wants to become, I don't know, a pianist, or somebody wants to become, a footballer, an athlete, or anything. You have to train, you have to practice, you have to understand the skills that are required to make you a master at that sport or that particular instrument or that particular thing that you're trying to do. If you're going to be an orator, an author of sorts, you've got to study, you have to understand it, right? And as you become an authority, you start to author things. Let me explain. So, Brenda publishes something in the newspaper about fashion. They say, who wrote this article? They say, Brenda. Who is Brenda? They said, no, look her up. And these days it's very easy. So, they go on social media, they find you. They say, actually, we have an interview on television. The network is looking for somebody to talk about fashion. And who is the best person to find? They look for the author. The person who authored that publication or that particular book or whatever it is that you actually put out there. Now, they don't call you because you're better than the rest, because they call you because they know you are an authority. Because you've developed that particular part of you. You're not afraid to put it out there in the public. And the first time it goes out, people will say, that's rubbish. Second time, that's rubbish. Don't worry about that stuff. Because when a kid is learning to walk, people go, what's wrong with my baby? Like, my baby's like, year or year and a half, why are they not walking properly? The kid doesn't sit down and go, what did mom say? What did dad say? They don't care. They just keep trying. They just keep trying. They just keep trying. Before you know, the baby's running around. You say, oh my God, stop running around. You're driving me nuts. Because remember, we wanted the baby to walk. Now the baby's walking. Now we're complaining. So people will complain. If you're not walking, they complain. If you're walking, they complain. They start saying, you're running around. Like, can you put this baby somewhere? Like, just put them in. They build little fences in the house. Small gates, the baby doesn't have to come here. We're busy. Well, it doesn't change because you're older. As you start to get better, as you start to experience more growth and more success, people will try and stop you. But when you're an authority, and please don't confuse power, because again, most people seek power without actually the authority to execute that. Don't seek power. Seek to be a master. Seek to be an expert at something. Seek to do it at a high level of excellence. That way people just always go, I want to talk to Brenda, it's fashion. Why? She's the authority on that. If you write a children's book where they're looking for somebody to talk on television or to give a speech at a conference about children, he's responsible for that. He knows, he wrote that book. He's an authority. So develop yourself in that area that you're looking to perfect or you're looking to improve. Please strike that. Forget the word perfect, because that's never going to happen. And I'll talk about that in a second. The other thing is that your personal development is the incubation for your brand. It's the garage where you go to fix your brand. It's the creation room. It's the production line where you go to fix or to announce who you are, your brand. So people know you as, that guy is calm. It doesn't matter how things, go, or if things, like I always talk about my father in reverence. My father passed in 2020, but this man taught me something, and I'm still trying to perfect it. I'm still learning how to use it, but he was a master at this. My dad was like, he was almost nonchalant about everything. He was the calmest, most composed guy. And if you knew my language, you'd understand his favorite word was humura. He said humura every time. Anything happens, he says, no, humura, humura. Humura means like, just calm down, calm down, calm down. Like, just hold on. Just take, sometimes it could be like, I remember when we were kids, it was like, they're thugs trying to jump over the fence into a house. And my dad said, guys, calm down, calm down. I'm going, what's wrong with this man? But that's a lesson. So I understood that, listen, our legacy is what people know us to be. Your brand, that's your legacy. They know you as an argumentative person, as a lazy person, as a person who's always talking stupidity, as a person who's always gossiping, as a person who's a small thinker. It's not because people set out to describe who you are. Remember, it's from you to them. So you broadcast yourself as a particular person. And when you do, people start to get used to you doing those types of things. And then they go, she's lazy. She's tenacious. She's happy. He's sad. He's provocative. He's a calm person. He's a solution provider. She's a problem stater. That's what people do. My question is, in order to achieve the life that you want to achieve, what kind of things, what types of things have you developed over time? What practices have you developed that have actually led people to understand you to be a certain person that you may have to kind of revisit and say, hold on a second. Do I really want to project myself out there as this person? Some people say things like, and it's society sometimes teaching you this kind of stuff. They say, I'm shy. I was talking to somebody the other day. I said, please stop telling people you're shy. You cannot be entrusted with responsibility, especially when it's to do with people or a business. And then you start announcing, I'm shy, guys, I'm shy. Come on. That's not going to add value to you. Or so people start saying, well, who do we want to invite to speak to our people? Oh no, don't call him, he's shy. Because that's what you say. That's what you act. That's what you project every time people meet you. He's arrogant, he's obnoxious, he's egotistic. So when you develop those brands, they block your blessings. They start to, especially the negative ones. People, they go, no, I don't want that person. People do not want to associate with things they don't like. So therefore, if you have habits or a brand that's not, what's the word? I'm looking, I don't know why I'm going blank today. Yeah. If you have a brand that's not desirable by many, you will also be repulsive to many when it comes to investment decisions, to invitations, to payments, to trust. This is important. And the last thing on here is, I want to talk about this. I want to talk about, I don't know, I don't know, I feel like I'm talking to myself. I want to know whether people are actually, are you with me? Are we getting this? No. I wanna feel some love. Come on. Like put something on the screen or just, I don't know. I'll stop. Let me have my coffee and I need to love. I need to feel love. That I need to. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just put a 10 out of 10, man. Like, come on, man. Like, yeah. Okay. I see. I'm good. I'm ready. I'm ready for round two. I'm ready for round two. Hold on. Coffee. So let me tell you something. This is a part that I love. On top of praying every day, I'm going to say that one more time. On top of your prayers, your daily prayers, and I hope you do have them. If you don't have them, this is your day to start. Whatever you do, I don't care if it's just words you whisper to yourself and you say, God, I don't know how to pray, but I'm good. I just want you to just hang out with me today. That's it. Let's go. Amen. Finished. Listen, if you don't pray, oh my God. Listen, if you don't pray, you forgot the keys. You have a nice, beautiful car outside. You have a nice, big, beautiful mansion. You forgot the keys. On top of prayers, this is what I'm saying. On top of prayers, yes, Sarah, put it in the comments box. On top of your prayers, then everything starts. That's the ignition. I don't care how beautiful the engine is, how well serviced it is. It's brand new. Where is your key? On top of your prayers. I'm not talking about you're the most righteous person. I'm not saying that, Danny, I'm not that religious, so it doesn't matter, right? Listen, you are a spiritual being that's housed in the body, which is your physiology. And sometimes some of us are giving 98% attention to the body and 2% to the spirit. And let me tell you, if the spirit is not in tune, aligned with your mindset, your physiology, forget it. On top of your prayers, listen. Whew. I'm trying to move away from that, but that's for me. That's it, man. Once I pray, then I can start to visualize. Then I start to visualize the possibility. Let me tell you something. One of the things that I discovered is this, right? Prayer is the best thing for you to it's the best medicine for sleep. When you don't pray and you have all these things in your mind, you don't sleep. But watch what happens, yeah? Watch what happens. You say, God, I want to, you said I should, listen, he said, cast your burdens unto him, right? So I want you to hold on to these things for me tonight so that I can sleep. So when I wake up in the morning, you would have given me how to do it or why I should pursue it. You will give me some answers in the morning, but can you hold on to that for me? And count yourself down from 100 to 1, 100, 99, 98, and you do that. And as you do that, as you pray, you sleep. Prayer can change your mood. But let me tell you, on top of your prayer, once you start praying, now you have to open your mind up to faith and say, I want to visualize. Go shopping for the life that you want. You don't need proof. You just need faith. You don't need proof. I have never, ever been shown the things on television. They said, Danny, this is what's coming. Let me show you your future. Like if you could press a button on your television and then the screen opens up and it says, you want to look at what's going on in your future. Yeah, okay, let me show it to you. We don't have that technology yet. Some of you think you do. You have, your fortune tellers or your spiritual people, your pastors even, some people, I'll tell you the future. No, okay, that's fine. But here's the thing. God put in us the ability to visualize, to imagine. Imagination is probably the most beautiful gift that God gave us. Go shopping for the life that you want. And then ask yourself this question. Is this version of me capable as I am? If I don't change, if I don't develop anything, is this version of me capable of handling that? Because listen, your dreams need a home. And that home is called goals. The dreams alone, without a deadline, without a structure, they're just wishes. And part of what you have to develop is the ability to allow yourself that space to dream first. Visualize, go shopping mentally, and look up in the sky, amidst everything, broken home, dream. Broken family, dream. Debt, dream. Destitute, dream. Hungry, dream. Just dream. That's the one thing that God gave every single one of us. We don't have to pay for it. So you go shopping. You close your eyes. You said, Father, just show me something. Show me something. Just go. See yourself, in whatever you imagine. Whether it's a lakeside home, is by the sea, and you're riding this white horse in the morning, and it's 6 o'clock in the morning, and the palm trees and the wind is blowing, whatever you want, guess what? Nobody's going to laugh at you because that's personal. That's you. It needs developing that side of you. The ability to dream is the activation of what's possible in your life. You see, don't get it twisted. Somebody said to me, I thought everybody does that. No, listen, some people don't know how to dream. Dreams activate possibilities in your life. Dreams activate, they trigger something in your brain. And then your spirit starts to say, well, hold on, I can do that for you. But it has to start with you. And it doesn't matter where you go. Some of you have a fascination with personalities that you've seen on social media, on the internet or whatever. It's okay, it doesn't matter. But the thing is, you have to dream. If you don't dream, man, you are incarcerated in that place where you are, and you think the normalcy is your life. Normalcy is not reality. Normalcy is what you chose. Your reality is really all it is a perception. It's perspective. That's what you chose. That's what you chose. That's not what everybody's reality is. You chose that. So therefore, people say that's my reality. So you can change that. Go shopping. Right? Visualize. And then this is a key. This is part of your keys, right? The modern keys, you can hold the key in your hand and not be able to use it. If you want to use the key, you have to press that little thing to open your car, right? Some cars you don't have to press it. You just put it in your pocket, you just open the door, right? But it has to be activated, right? Belief is the activator. Okay? So I dream. And then I start believing that, it's possible, because anything is possible. Because he said, ask and you will receive. Ask and you shall receive. He didn't say, ask and maybe I will give you some. He said, ask and you will receive. Okay, no problem. Imagine going to the bank. And at the bank, at the door, there's a big sign that says, ask for any amount of money and we will give it to you. You know what's funny? Some people will walk past that bank and they will say, I'm not going there. That's a lie. There's no such a bank in the world that will say, ask for any amount you want, I will give it to you. And some people are endowed with enormous amounts of blind faith. So they say, I'm going in. Hey, how you doing? How you doing, sir? Good to see you. Listen, the sign on the door says, ask and you will be given. So I want to have I want to have $1. I just want to have $1. That's called asking, right? And the guy says, no problem. 1 second, sir. He comes back. He says, there's your $1. You go, oh, okay, that's weird. And you walk away. Another person comes in. Hey, how you doing, dude? Listen, I'm just walking past, and the first sign says, ask for any amount, and we'll give it to you. And the lady says, how much? How much you want? He says, 100? Is that okay? Yeah, no problem. Boom, takes 100. Walks away, says, wow, they gave it to me. I don't know what's going on. But there are hundreds of people walking past saying, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Belief is the activator. And somebody will walk in and say, I want $100 million. They say, no problem. They'll give it to them. And people will be like, how'd you get this money? I asked in faith. I believed I was going to get it. The sign said I should ask. It didn't say ask for this amount. It didn't say it's capped at this amount. You see, God never really set limits. We do. We set the limits. He never said it's capped. He never said ask for a little bit and I'll give you. Or ask moderately. Ask, don't ask too much. Just ask, Neither did he say ask too much. No, there is no too much. So you need to be very careful not to put a wedge in your dreams and just block, block. And then you say, I don't know why my life is so average. It's a decision. You chose that. That's what you wanted. And you can change that today. You can activate your dreams, the potential in you, the potential in your dreams by actually starting to believe, what if it was possible? And sometimes hope starts with 1%. It goes to 2%. It's like charging a phone. It goes to 3%, 10%, 15%. As you build more hope, as you build more belief, as you start to, things start to happen. And as things start to happen, guess what happens? It gets easier, or it seems to get easier. It doesn't get easier. It just means that you've allowed it to come in. So as more settles, it starts to, well, hold on, there's space here. There's space here. This guy can take more. She can take more. There's space here. I will never put on you more than you can bear. I hope you're getting this. What's your capacity? What's your belief system like? Is it a 1 liter belief system, or is it 100 gallons? Is it is it a hectare? Is it a square mile? What's your belief system? Is it a country or a continent? What's your belief system? What's the size of your belief system? Do you believe that everything that's happening in your organization, that's the most that can be done? Can we do more? Do you believe that the people you've met, that's the best people you can ever meet? Could we find better? Do you believe that the books you've read, the information you've gathered is enough? Could we do more? You have to expand your belief system in order to build a bigger capacity to hold more. I'm coming. The third point, so the first one is go shopping. The second one, this is on top of prayers, by the way. The second one is build your belief system. The third one, this is the third one. Be ready to call it in. Be ready to call it in. I dream, I believe, I'm going to call it in. I'm going to call it in. So every day when you pray, every day when you talk to people, it's going to be annoying because some people, let me tell you, the thing I love is that I tell people my dreams that are outlandish, just like exaggerated dreams and whatever. In their mind, they exaggerate, right? I love it. I love the reaction. They look at you, they go, this guy, I don't know who he thinks he is, man. You don't know who I think I am? My father is a king, yo. Like he's my father who promised me everything. Who do you think you are? Who do I think I am? I am his favor. I'm all of those things. Don't confuse this to be you know, as someone in some, you know, particular, you know, faith, you know, I'm a Christian, and I don't apologize for that. But let me tell you something. I'm talking about God. I'm not talking about anything else, or a description, or, you know, an access code. Because, you know, people would have you believe that their way of accessing God is better than the other person. It doesn't really, I don't think it's a contest. But here's the thing though. Once you believe, you have to call it in. That's the step of opening the door to the bank and saying, can I have the money? The signpost is outside. I want the money. Beyond belief, right? Beyond belief, you have to call it in. You have to call it in. The third point is be specific. The person asked for $1. The other one asked for $10. The other one asked for $100. The other one asked for $100 million. You can only develop yourself to the degree to which you have to be, or to which you're expecting to be successful, to which you're expecting to be entrusted, to which you're expecting to grow. You cannot grow. You can't grow a skill of a CEO if your expectation is to be, you know, a desk person. I'm going to work the tills, you know, in a bank, but I want to build the skill of a CEO. No. Somebody who's aspiring to become a CEO of that bank builds skills bigger than where they are. I'm a teller, but I'm going to be running this bank. And in fact, eventually I'm going to own several of these banks. You can't prepare 100 men to organize a wedding that's going to be just you and your spouse standing in front of the clergyman. No guests, no party, nothing. But, you know, we need 100 people. No, because there's nothing to prepare. You will always develop yourself to the degree to which you expect to grow. So I expect to become a CEO of this. I expect to become a millionaire. I expect to become an influencer. I expect to become the leader of this organization. And as you prepare yourself, as you call in your blessings, and you say, you know, God, this started as a dream. Now it's a goal. I believe I can do it. And I don't know how I'm going to do it, because the how is the domain of God. Your only job is, why do you want it? Just make that clear to yourself, and every day say, you know, every day you keep saying, I want this, and this is why I want it. You know, but be specific. Be specific and intentional. I remember I worked with a man, and he had this, one of his favorite phrases, you know, this guy taught me a lot. His name is Chris. Chris said to me, every time I spoke to Chris, he would ask me this. He would always say this. He says, Danny, what do you need? When I first started working with him, I was like, as a young guy, he would ask me that question. I go, yeah, whatever, man, whatever. Give me a number. What's whatever? Some of you don't know what you need. So somebody will come up to you to bless you and say, what do you need? You go, you know, I ask questions like this every time I employ somebody, or, you know, I'm talking to somebody about, you know, money or something. I say, how much do you want? How much you want to earn? What should I pay you? They go, oh, no, it's up to you, man. Like, you know, you know better. I'm going, but I'm not the one who is looking for a job. You're looking for a job. Don't you have a price? Don't you know what you're worth? You see, if you're not prepared, if you haven't developed yourself, if you haven't spent time, if you haven't spent sleepless nights developing that skill, you will not put value on it. Because we can only be disciplined for things we value. You cannot be disciplined for something you don't value. And value is developed in those late night meetings, in those hours in the gym, in those days reading and studying something and people are laughing at you. That's how you develop value. And because you have put so much into it to build to that level of capacity, to build that value, you know, when people start asking, yeah, how much is it? Hold on, let me tell you. I had a guy he did my statues, and he's an artist. I always talk about him. He really upset me. So he was designing these statues, and he was charging me a fortune. I thought it was too much. And he said, what would you rather pay? So I said to him, no, that you need to give me a better price. I said, other artists, I'm sure, will charge a bit less. He says, you see, art is abstract. He says, I charge my value. I don't charge a price. I charge to the value to which I value my artwork. So that's the value I'm charging you. So if you want to find somebody that has less value, perhaps you should go with those people. I said, man, this dude, I paid him. I paid him. He's done all my artwork. He's a pain. He frustrates me. He's done a lot of work for me, my house, my fence, all these things. But I don't negotiate with him anymore. When he says this is a price, I go, I say, okay. Because I know what he's going to, do you want me to reduce my value? Because that's my value. And he does good work. So when somebody asks you, be specific, be intentional. What do you want? Like Chris used to ask me, what do you need, Danny? So I started saying, I need this. I need this. And every time I ask and you shall receive. I received. You need to top up on yourself. You need to start being ready to specify your value and then deliver above that value. She's a teller. She's going to be the CEO. So she starts acting like a CEO wannabe and doing things and coming in on time and doing extra work and asking more questions. Can I help here? And doing more customer service. And they say, no, you are the floor manager. Ooh, hold on a second. I'm training to be a CEO. That's what's in her mind. 6 years later, she is the head of East Africa, head of West African banks. And they say, how did you get there? You started at the tills. I was working the tills. I was developing my skills to become a CEO. Your job is just what puts food on the table. Your personal development is what prepares you for a life that you've been dreaming about. So you have to kind of like have two jobs. You know, I work my job, I make my money or whatever. This is my survival kit, but this is my development to be able to, you know, have more than just survival, to thrive. I'm about to finish, guys. I'm about to finish. Be specific. Be ready to accept it. This is part of personal development. A lot of people, I've given people money and they say, no, Danny, it's okay. Like, come on, like, you know, no, it's fine. I'm okay. I go, okay. I've gone out to, you know, to restaurants and places with people. I say, I'll pay. They go, no, Danny, I'll pay. I said, no problem, pay. No problem. I don't argue with somebody. If you want to pay the bill, you pay the bill. I never fight. Oh, but Danny, can I put in half? I go, do you want to pay? They go, yeah, I don't mind. I said, pay it. No problem. Because if you don't accept the gift, you cannot be given more. You have to allow people to invest in you. You have to allow yourself to invest in yourself. You know, a friend of mine, you know, used to tell me that, you know, I don't know why it's so hard for me to do things for myself, to treat myself, to look after myself, to buy myself nice things, you know, to feel better about myself. It's because you haven't built the value. Value is built through sweat and tears, blood, sweat and tears. Value. That's why you look at some of these top, you know, successful athletes, and they seem blasé. They seem like, yeah, you're asking them questions. They're looking at you like, you don't know. Like, what are you doing? Like, you know, they're looking at you going, do you know what I had to go through? The fire that I had to walk through to come here. Have you met your pastor after preaching? Have you met your pastor? Have you approached your pastor or your imam after they've been preaching, and you approach them and you say, hi, can I talk to you? They look at you like this. Yeah. And you go, but the guy on stage was on fire. He was nice. He was a comedian. What happened? As soon as she comes off stage. Yeah. Because the fire is what's in their eyes. They're looking at you saying, you know, do you know how much fire I've gone through to get to this point? They're not impressionable. They're not impressionable. They develop character that allows them to be confident within themselves. And I'm not talking about they're rude. I'm saying they're looking for value, because value people look for value in others. They go, where's the value? When they don't see value, you start asking them questions. Oh, Pastor, well done. Thank you very much. That was so good. I really enjoyed it. They say, value. Yeah, that was amazing. Pastor, can I take a selfie? Value, value. And they don't see no value. They say, okay, all right. And they walk away. You go, but the pastor was cold. The pastor wasn't cold. The pastor didn't see value. Don't litter yourself. These guys are not looking for fans. They're looking for faith. They're faithful. They're looking out. They go, are you faithful? Do you want to come back next week and get more top up, more top up? And you're trying to be a fan. They're going, that's not what we're looking for. That's not value to them. So accept the gift. Accept the gift and expect it, and then accept it. Expect it. I expect good things to happen to me, and I accept them. And the last two things I put here is read a lot, but read right. Read right. Don't just read anything. Don't read anything, because the right stuff will send you in the wrong direction. Let me tell you, how do you know the right stuff, right? You will know. Because, you know, when you meet bad people, your heart starts racing. Something tells you, I'm going to say, your intuition, inside tuition, your teacher inside, your spirit man will tell you, this is the wrong character. Your heart starts pumping. When you're reading the wrong stuff, you don't resonate with the stuff. You start going, I don't know if I understand, if I like this. And by the way, you don't have to like everything, because some things will not develop you and they will develop somebody else. Some things are not relatable where you're concerned. So it's okay. If you're trying to become the best athletes, you know, things that, you know, singers do may not be things that you want to relate to. You go, I'm not really practicing my vocals. I'm practicing my muscles. It's different. The other thing here is a couple of things that maybe you can do. Just practice silence. Practice silence. Practice some alone time. Some of you, your mind is so distorted because there are always voices until you go to bed. Somebody's talking in your ear. Some of you live in big families, especially in Africa. We live in massive families, yeah? You need to find time alone. There are people that ever since they were born, they've never been alone except when they're sleeping or when they're in the toilet. That's it. And because it became a habit, even when you're alone for a minute, you struggle. You go, I need to speak to somebody. You call somebody, you text somebody, you're always engaged with other people. This is dangerous. This does not give you time to reflect inward. You're always acting outward. You're always doing things externally. You're not doing anything that's intrinsic to you. So you've got to start practicing being alone, not sleeping. I'm not talking about be alone, be in your bed and fall asleep. That's different. You need to have some time alone. When you say an hour, no distractions, just go away from everybody, you know. Go to the lake, go sit somewhere and be alone. I'm telling you, wow, the reset, the recharge, the energy, the value you build in that. When you come out of that and people start making noise, you go, man, this is too loud. Spend time alone, not with your phone, not with your friends, not somebody, not you with your niece, who your favorite niece going, yeah. They're very cute and nice and sweet. But sometimes, you know, you need to be away from all of that and lock off. Then take action. Take action. Take massive action. If you're ready, you're late. Don't take action when you're ready. Do it now when you're not ready. Do you know what you're doing? No, I don't know, but I'm going to try. and you just keep doing it, and you just keep doing it, and then you get better, and then you get better. Practice makes improvement. It doesn't make perfect. Practice makes improvement. You practice, you practice, you practice, you practice, you throw yourself in there. If it's a script that you have to master, go and do it. If it's a sales gig you're doing, go and speak to a lot of customers. I don't know what I'm doing. Hi, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Listen, it's my first day on the job. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm here anyway. So listen, I'm going to try and smile through this whole process. I'm really nervous. I haven't got a clue what I'm going to say to you, but I want to show you something. People say, oh, that's nice, right? Be very careful not to wait until you're ready. Go out there and prospect. You want to go find some leads for your business and build a customer base? Go and talk to people. I'm nervous. Listen, hi, how you doing? It's my first time speaking to a stranger on the street. I'm so sorry to bother you. How did I do? How do you think I did? And the guy's like, you're doing okay? Great. So my company asked me to speak to people, and this is what they asked me to say. They asked me to tell you that, we're this, with that, with that. If you work with me in Salad Master, you say we're health and nutrition company. No, the customer looks at you and says, oh, that's pure. That's pure. But don't stand there and go, I'm going to practice alone with my mates. And then when I'm really good, I'm going to go in the field and see customers. When you're ready, you're late. Go do it. Go do it. People say, I want to go to the gym when I'm going to go work out with my friends. And then when I'm a bit fit and I'm looking a bit trim, I'll go to the gym. What are you doing? The gym is not a place you go to, to show people that you look good. It's a place you go to work on your muscles, your body, your physique, and build your physiology. And maybe you might look good in the end. It's not guaranteed, but you could look good in the end. But don't say I'll go to the gym when I'm fit. What does that mean? If you're ready, you're late, right? Now, I'm going to close the show on, we've gone over a little bit, but this is very important. This is the last part of part 2 of the personal development. Give me another 5 minutes and I'll bring this home for you. Things that you should avoid. Things you should avoid. If you have a pen and paper, write this down. This stuff will change your life, right? Do not indulge negativity in the name of I'm strong. People say they just take anything. You go, man, people will poison you. They go, no, I'm covered by the blood of Jesus. You're drinking poison, mate. Yeah, but I'm covered by the blood of Jesus. That's called biology and physiology. If you drink poison covered with the blood of Jesus, you will still die covered with the blood of Jesus. Don't be fooling yourself. So the thing you have got to avoid like a plague is negativity. Negative people are dangerous. They are powerful. They are powerful. They are big thinkers, big recruiters. They think big about negativity. They say the world is going to come to an end. They're not small people. They are big thinkers. They go, COVID is going to kill the whole of Africa. They are big thinkers. Be very careful. Don't tempt, Satan. Don't mess with Satan. The devil is strong, man. So people go, Danny, I don't care. I'm covered. I'm protected. It doesn't matter if I leave stuff on the table when I'm eating. No. Be very careful. Protect yourself. Avoid negative people. Avoid negative situations. Avoid negative energy. Misery loves company. That's right, Brenda. Let me tell you something, yeah? It's bad because it feels bad. When you meet these people, when you're listening to the conversation, you start saying, man, you see, look at yourself. Just watch yourself. You start doing things like, oh my God, like finish. That's a sign. That's a sign. He's saying, just stop it. Stop listening to this conversation. Small talk, gossip, people who are into character assassination. Oh my God, have you met that guy? He's so terrible. Those types of people, avoid them. You know what he said? He doesn't like you, but don't tell him, yeah? Shh, don't tell him. Those types of people, it may seem like a little thing. I promise you, it will destroy you. it would destroy you. It would destroy your business. It would destroy your family. It would destroy everything you've been building for years. So avoid negative people. And let me tell you something. Negative people are the closest people to you. They're your friends, they're your family. They go to the same church, same school, same mosque, same everything. Strangers don't have the power to deposit in your life. The people who deposit negativity in your life, they're your closest, your nearest, and your dearest. I understood that a long time ago. That's why I don't do phone calls. I hate phone calls with a passion. I hate phone calls. I hate phone calls. Oh my God. Phone calls are just, they just stress me. Hi, Danny. Hi, how are you? Good. How's the family? Good, but you don't know my family. Yeah, how is everything? What's everything? So what are you up to? What do you mean, what am I up to? Listen, you just called me, dude. And half an hour later, they didn't want anything. They just wanted to tell you that they've just run, into one of our friends who we used, can you believe the guy's so broke? Like I just saw him, he was walking on the road in the rain. That's why I don't do phone calls, man. It's called SMS, short messaging service. I love it. SMS. Beautiful. Short messaging service. They can't gossip in a text. Some will try, right? And you just read it and you just don't reply. Then they go, this guy, Danny has changed, like we used to talk. No, I have developed personal development. I have moved away from that crowd. I'm no longer part of that institution. I'm no longer part of that network because the net worth of that network does not allow me to stay with them, because if I stay with them, I'm going to end up like them. Shun negativity. The second thing is please avoid the temptation to be perfect. Oh my God, this one is powerful. Failures are perfectionists. Now, people would say to you that, Thomas Edison was a perfectionist. He wasn't. He was obsessed with failure. That's why he became successful. Colonel Sanders of KFC was obsessed with failure. That's why he became successful. Warren Buffett is obsessed with failure. That's why he became successful. I can go on. This dude of, Elon Musk, these guys that you look up to, the guy of Facebook, Zuckerberg. I met a guy, a Somalian guy, who Mark and his friend went to in Amsterdam to look for a loan to open Facebook. He's a businessman, he's an investor. He said, nah, this is a stupid idea. You want me to invest $500,000 in a website? Are you stupid? He said to me, Danny, I thank God because I have faith. He's a Muslim guy. He said, if I didn't have faith, after seeing what Facebook has become, I would have killed myself. But they failed. Jay-Z failed. Every record company said, this guy can't rap. He's rubbish. Until he set up his own and started selling, tapes. Don't look for perfectionism. If you're looking to be perfect, you're going to miss the train. You have to make mistakes. You have to expect that things won't work out. You have to expect that people will laugh at you. You have to expect that you will get it wrong. You will fail before you succeed. You have to expect that people will say no. And as they say no, you say, how do I get better so that I get more people saying yes to what I'm asking for? Weak people go out looking for yeses. So what they do is when they meet an opportunity, a business, that requires that you understand the power of no's, they run away. They go, no, I'm looking for people to say yes to me, yes to me, yes to me, yes to me, yes to me. Guess what? They build a reputation for being weak. They build a reputation for looking for glory, glory, glory in everything. Glory comes from graft. You have to graft if you're looking for glory. You cannot just go, I just want to win all the time. It's possible, but it takes you going through a cluster of no, rejection, pain, suffering, people rejecting you, money lost, everything. You invested, people run away with your money. You say, no, I'm going to keep coming back. And eventually you break through. But people who look for perfectionism, they always break down because they're looking for yeses in everything. And when they get a no, they go, I don't know how to deal with this. So shun perfectionism. Be a person that looks for opportunity. Opportunity comes with rejection. The beautiful thing is rejection is actually what gives you an injection of power and pace and growth and strength. And before you know, people say, I trust this guy. He can handle stuff. Also, procrastination is a killer of dreams. Why people procrastinate is because they're saying, I want to do it when I'm ready, when I'm perfect. I also don't want to do it because I don't know, whether people will like it or not. I'm not ready to release my stuff, whatever. I'm going, what, are you mad? One of my nephews is in music now. I remember he came to the house, he was talking to me and Kai, and he kept saying, I can't release anything yet because I'm not ready. And I said, what do you mean? He says, what if people don't like it? I say, how are you going to know? What if they like it? So, we kept talking. Eventually, he released his first track and he's doing really well. He released the second one and he's now kind of getting his confidence. The only thing he started with is we had to improve his faith, not his proof. When you seek proof, guess what? It doesn't come. I'm about to finish. The other killers of personal development are overthinking. Stop overthinking. Some of you overthink everything. You spend too much time. You see these people who look up all the time. They're always thinking. If you spend 90% of your time thinking, you only have 10% to act. And unfortunately, if you act only 10%, you're out of practice. And if you're out of practice, eventually what happens is that, the truth catches up with you, that you need to do more to become more. So stop overthinking it. The other one is ego. The ego is a killer of our dreams. Avoid ego. Ego tells you you're great. Ego tells you you don't need anybody. Ego tells you you don't need to read. Ego tells you they should accept you anyway, even if you're average. They should, how dare you not accept me? It's me. That's ego speaking. Humility is powerful. Humility is authority. So you need to, start understanding that, look, the only time you need ego is when you're failing. To kind of keep yourself together, you're like, yeah, you see, but I'm not that kind of guy. When you're pursuing something big and you want to be successful, you don't think about the ego. You think about, how can I become better? You ask more questions, you expose yourself, you embarrass yourself, you go to people who know better than you. And the other one is vanity. Vanity is a killer of personal development. Vanity is a mask, it's makeup. It's makeup. It tells you you're perfect because you have a foundation on your skin. So you cover up all the blemishes on your face and then you say, I'm perfect. So I don't need to improve anything, right? Somebody on the other side is finding herbs and things to improve their look or whatever, if that's what they're looking for. And then when they actually, working on you, they say, actually, I don't wear any makeup, but you like makeup, so I'm going to put it on you, right? But here's the thing, and I'm making a point here. Most people these days are more interested in what it looks like than what it is. Vanity tells you that when you carry a fake Louis Vuitton, you don't need to worry about working hard to buy the real thing, if that's what you want. Vanity tells you that when you wear, a knockoff of Gucci, then you go, yeah, you see, I'm like you. What are you going to do? Right? But the reality is you can't shop where they shop. You can't meet those people they meet in those shopping places. Some people have been married in a Gucci shop because they met there shopping because they're from the same, do you understand? Birds of a feather. Yeah, be very careful. Be very careful. I've seen people just, glossing things over. They touch it up and they say, it looks good. Yeah. Okay, that's it. I don't have to worry about working on it. Don't worry about how it looks like. Focus on how it is. Don't be a wannabe, because most people are spending so much time focused on how to look rather than how they should be. It's very, very important. And the last two things is don't be cruel to yourself when you're developing yourself. Be very kind to yourself. Tell yourself you're great. Tell yourself you're going to be better. It's going to be all right. Just top up on yourself. Speak life into yourself. You know, people always say, but Daddy, why are you always praising yourself? I said, who is going to do it for me? They go, you're full of yourself. Do you want me to be full of you? There's a difference between confidence and cockiness, confidence and arrogance. I've been working for years to be confident. Years. You know, working for years and asking God, please help me. And as I improve in my life, I gain more confidence. So don't be unkind to yourself and start saying, oh, you're not good enough. I don't think you ever do that. No. Let them say. There's so many that will say that for you. He thinks he's all that. She thinks she's all that. Eventually, they will see that you're all that. You know why? Because they'll be like, you know what? We doubted her. And unfortunately, the biggest killers of dreams are our parents, our spouses, our children, our siblings, people that we love. They will tell you, they will say, you know, they will teach you how to be cruel to yourself. You are nothing. You never amount to anything. You're just like your daddy. You're a failure. Look at you, thinking big, talking big. What are you going to do? You have no money. Be very, very careful. They would teach you how to be unkind to yourself. And then stop magnifying the minors. Don't major in minors. Don't make small things big. Oh my God, she hates me. It doesn't matter. 2 months from now, listen, 2 months from now, this is LCL. You see LCL? I'm seeing you guys. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing, LCL? I'm seeing you guys, right? I want you to look beside yourself and see the person sitting next to you. Just turn around and look at your neighbor. Look at your neighbor. Just look at your neighbor. Have you seen your neighbor? Have you seen your neighbor? Okay. I want you to ask yourself this question. 10 years from now, are you going to be sitting in the same chair with the same neighbor? Do you think? So this is what happens, yeah? Somebody comes in and they go to the toilet, they come back, they were sitting on a chair, somebody's in that chair, and they spend half an hour fighting for that chair. How dare you take my chair? You know, what do you mean? Like, I was here before you. Don't you see my book? My notepad was on this chair. And they spend time, they magnify the minors. 10 years from now, how important is that book, that notepad, that person that you're fighting with? Don't measure in minors. Be very careful, because small things will compound to become big things, and it will completely ruin your life. And the last thing is, do not be full of air. Be full of substance. What do I mean by that? People say, I'll wing it. Some of you refuse education. You prefer motivation. Don't get excited because you heard a voice or a phrase, a power phrase, or, you know, you went for someone, you went for some preaching, you went to an institution that taught you something and you got really hyped, or somebody made a comment. Be very careful. Don't be full of air. Just because you have talent, just because you have potential, just because you have opportunity, does not mean that you're ready. Be very, very careful. This is, you know, sometimes people gain favor very quickly, or they associate with people that are powerful. There are lots of people that when you meet them, they think they're like you. And then you say, but you can't come in. I'm going in there, but you can't come in. Stay here. Then they go, oh, wow, okay. Just don't forget that. Just because we hang out doesn't mean we're the same. You understand? Like that's very, very important. People are too familiar too quickly. They go, yeah, I know the guy. I know the guy. Yeah, yeah, me and him, we flow. Do we flow really? Do we eat in the same restaurant? Do we sleep the same? Do we travel the same? Do we have the same contacts? Is your phone carrying the same names as my phone? You understand? Like I start asking people, just be very careful. Be very careful. The right people teach their parents and say, I'm rich, you're not. They teach their kids. Just because I have money doesn't mean that my son has money. It's my money. So don't be full of air. Don't be pumped and excited because you have favor or you know somebody, you're associated, you're friendly with somebody, and you think, oh my God, I've arrived. No. When they go, when they come to fetch them, they say bye in the window. Hi, bye. And then you realize we're not the same. So I learned a long time ago that I have to educate myself. Some of you are delusional because you have a degree. That's another topic I'll talk about another time. One of the oh my gosh. One of the most crippling things in Africa, which is your education or your title. I'm this. I'm a lawyer. I'm a banker. I studied finance. I'm an accountant. It's nonsense. You have academics. You have no education. Don't be full of air. That stuff is full of air. They're teaching you how to dissect the frog. I mean, that's air. That's not substance. The guy who's learning how to, do tailoring and making trousers or uniforms for school, that guy has more education than the person spending time in lecture rooms learning how, economies do this and they do this. Well, just go and build an economy. This education thing is overrated. It's another subject, another time. I'm not going to go into it. I promise you. I'll stop there. I'll stop there. But that's an example of being full of air. Life education is more powerful than academics. Just don't lean on your degree and go home and show it to people. You see, when you throw the hat and all that, and then you're unemployed for 5 years. They didn't teach you how it works in the real world. So on that note, guys, I want to thank you. I want to appreciate you. I have a bombshell for you next week. I have a crazy subject next week. I'm trying to bring a guest on to make it a bit spicy. I want to bring somebody that's going to fight me. I have a person in mind that I want to bring, that we're going to have a fight in front of you guys. Like we're going to really, have a heated debate, But I want to implore you, please. I'm pleading with you. Just take one thing from here today and put it into practice. 2, if you think this thing is really, really working for you, be ready, because in July, I'm going to run a seminar in Uganda. I might do one in Kenya, and possibly there's another country. I'm not going to tell you which, but I'm going to do a live seminar, which is going to be, you'll be invited, and I'm going to have only probably like 200 people. And we're going to have a workshop, and we're going to cover a series of subjects, so just be ready. So what I want you to do next week is invite 3 of your friends to this call. It's free. We're not charging, but, eventually, we'll start charging when you come for these seminars and stuff. And then you'll be saying, I used to listen to Danny for free. Take advantage of it now. But bring 3 of your friends to attend the show. Bring your parents, bring your friends, your sisters, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. Bring everybody. Young, old, it doesn't matter. We don't curse on this show, so it's a family show. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. Kevin has put it in the chat so everybody can see it. But I want to appreciate you, because this is humility. The desire to learn is the highest form of humility. What you're saying is, I am not conversant with what you're saying, or I am conversant and I need a reminder. That's education. Education is the highest, the desire to learn is the highest form of humility. And if you continue with that, you will become powerful, you become successful. you become an influencer, an authority in your community. So this is Dunstan Mugara, that's my name. This is CEO Mentorship, and this is in association to Lose Your Mind. If you're not on the Lose Your Mind chat group on WhatsApp, please join it, because Kevin has put the details on there. We send some stuff over there. It's just really for developing you. It's just personal development, personal development, personal development. And believe me, the future is bright. We're looking to improve Africa by changing the mind and learning and relearning and topping up on what we know. So on that note, I'm going to send you off. And if you don't know, we have a culture here. I'm going to play my favorite song. So if you don't like it, you can log off now. If you like it, you should wait. I think these guys did this song with someone in Zambia, actually. I think they did it with the guy in Zambia. I think, let's see if you know. Let's see if you know. Hold on. Don't run. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Can you hear the song? Can you hear the song? It's coming. This is my song. This is my anthem. It's saying you have potential. You have a lot of potential. I hope you do know that. I hope you do know that. So let me see who's the brave ones. Let me see who's dancing, who's enjoying this. Kevin, stop highlighting me. I want to see my people. I want to see my people. I want to see my people. Who's? Oh, I see Anis dancing. I see It Well going mental. Ginto. I see Katunji going mental. Oh. Do you have potential? Do you have potential? Oh my gosh. Have a life, people. Switch on your phone. Put your video on. Oh my gosh. This is beautiful, guys. If you don't want to be excited, I'll do it for you. I have my people. I have LCL. I have Anis here. We're good. Oh, we have Emma Piaka and Edith. Go. Go. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you. God bless you. That was fantastic. I'll see you soon.